Hey everybody, I'm KK.
I'm Kristen.
Together we are
K&K Crochet.
Scoot over here where they could see you. I was waiting on her to push the button. Okay, so today's a little bit different. There's some crochet in this, but there's also something else I wanted to share with you because we're not all just about crochet, and you're going to find, I think, as I've seen a lot this year of crochet channels who are still crocheting, but they're doing other stuff too. And there's nothing different in this channel. We're doing the same thing. There are things that we're doing that are going to be different. And hopefully you find something you like. And like I said, this video has crochet and other stuff. And if you're not here for the other stuff, I understand that. When we get to that, you can click off. It's okay. It doesn't hurt our feelings whatsoever. We're all different, and that's what makes us unique and brings us together. We just like to share the things that we like. And I think you're going to see a lot more of that in this channel this year. Not necessarily a whole bunch of different crafts unless Kristen gets a wild hair, which Kristen often gets a wild hair and decides she's going to do a different craft. And you'll see it. And you've seen it. She's made hook covers, hook handles. She's done
Cross stitch,
diamond painting, cross stitch, centro. She's in that stage that I was when I was about her age, where you want to do all this stuff. And I actually have a craft that I want to go back and pick up, and I may do it. We'll talk about it later. I need to get some supplies and kind of see if it's been upgraded, I guess, because the 1970s version of it I'm not interested in. But if it's got a new age kind of twist on some things they're doing and they've upgraded it a little bit, new age in that I mean that it looks more modern, then I may find some projects I'd like to do. So I think I'm going to do that. But for today, Kristen had a birthday, and she got something for her birthday from her brother, and so we're going to talk about that. And then, she doesn't know this, but I'm going to ask her to actually, over the next couple of weeks, use the product, and then we can review it and let you know what we think about it.
Well,
she was like, what?
I've already used this.
Really?
I have these hooks already.
You had those hooks already?
Not the case, but I bought them separately.
You did? Okay, Mom failed because he asked me what to get her, and this is what I told him to get her for her birthday because he was in Hobby Lobby, and I was like...
I haven't had all of them, but I have the exact hooks that are in here.
Okay. Video blows up in your face. Tell me you don't communicate without telling me you don't communicate before you do a video.
Well, this is what happens when you go, I didn't tell her.
She didn't tell me either. See, I have no idea what hooks she has. I've gone through mine this year and figured out how many I have and what I have. I have no idea what she has. She's borrowed some of mine. She's taken some of mine.
You've given them to me.
She took them. I had a hook that Miss C gave to me, and when I was counting my hooks, I was like, I can't find that hook. And I said, where is that hook? And she said, I gave it back to you. And I'm like...
No, I said I don't know because
No, you said you gave it back to me.
It did not click in my head what you were saying. I thought you were talking about another hook.
I think she actually has two of them. Anyway, she then brought her hooks out later, like the next couple of days, and was looking for something. And I said, that's the hook I asked you about in your hook bag. She said, oh, you gave me that one. No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not.
I'm going to start recording.
I like that hook. So anyway, while my son was at Hobby Lobby the other day, he said, look at these hooks. They have this, and he's going through... He's never done that before. He's like, look at this, look at this, look at this. Look. He's over there. My daughter-in-law was looking for yarn for a hat. And he's like, look at this, look at this. Do you want this? Do you want this? Do you want this? And I was like, okay. And so he bought me one of the hooks to replace that one. So I have it again. But anyway, I didn't know she tried them. So she can tell you what she thinks of the hooks, and she can review it now. So much for two videos in one, and double bang for your buck, right?
Okay, so
she's like, just be quiet.
It's the Yarnology set. It's in navy blue.
I'm just picking.
And it has
2.5,
2.0 all the way up to 6, and it has the nice scissors and a measuring tape. And the thing I like about this is in the boy hooks they do not have a 5.5. They have 5.25 and 5.75. This one has 5.5.
And do you know how I figured out about a 5.5 hook? because Spring would always do her patterns with a 5.5 hook. Not those, but a different one. And I did not have a 5.5 hook. I had a boy set only. There was no 5.5 hook. Somewhere along the way, Kristen must have had one.
These.
And we put a handle over it. And I got to looking and realized that she had made it for me and that it was a 5.5.
Oh, no. I have these already. That's how I have a 5.5. And then we found the 5.5s and I made you a handle over it.
So then I started to realize there's a difference, because Spring would make the hat with her hook that says I, and I would make the hat with my hook that says I, and mine wouldn't fit me. And then I realized that I'm not using the hook that she's saying. It makes a difference. And
it does.
I should have realized that, but I just thought, well, maybe it's a different set, and it is, but their sizing is different. So depending on the hook you use, you might need to check next time someone says, oh, just use an I hook, because I solely go by letters. I don't go by the millimeters.
I don't do that. I go by millimeters. I can't go by letters.
And see, now it's all messed up because they're all different. But I love my boy hooks that have the handles, because I don't like those handles.
I like these handles. I like them because they have a bigger spot for your finger. So I like these a little better.
And so you like those better than your boys?
Yes.
Let me see one. See, I don't like it. The handle for me is too skinny. I need something bigger.
I prefer this because it's skinny at the bottom, bigger flat spot for my thumb and my finger, and I just find it easier to grip onto to crochet.
I don't like the length of the handle. I don't like the width of the handle.
Polar opposites.
I just can't. This feels so odd to me. But that's okay because it's not made for me. Let me see one of the bigger ones. Maybe the bigger one would be different.
This is the biggest.
Goodness, it looked bigger than that. Yeah, no. Mm-mm. This feels kind of like the small boy hooks, but even those have a... I don't like that the handle goes from wide here to small down here. I like it.
I prefer that.
No. So anyway, that was her present for her... Sorry, that's a school update. Because it's been snowing here, and yep, they're probably out for tomorrow.
Snow.
So then, this is the other thing that I said is not crochet related, and if you want to turn off here, that's fine. But I just thought this was really neat. Kristen got me this. It says, Mom, I want to hear your story. A mother's guided journal to share her life and her love. Now, I don't really know a lot about these. I had seen something about them before. It's basically a chance for you to answer questions and for your children to have basically like a diary of your life. It's not real. Well, I can't say because I'm not that far into it.
I looked a little bit into it, and one of the spots I seen, it has how much was a loaf of bread the year you were born.
That's going to take some Googling, and we have Google, right?
It goes all the way from your childhood all the way up to becoming parents, and I think maybe even grandparents. Not sure though.
I think I'm about 10 pages in. The first one says it's your birthday, and then it has questions like when were you born, what's your full name, were you named after somebody, and what city were you born. A lot of these I didn't have answers to, so I just had to say whatever. It asked about your siblings and when they were born. This particular version, I did find some errors in the typos when they asked questions.
I realized that too when I first looked at it.
Yeah, and it says, because it asks you about your siblings, and then it says, what are their names, and then it says, what is your birthday? And I'm like, you mean what's their birthday? So just some context, when you look at things.
Well, I will be honest. This was a Temu find.
That's what I figured.
And the thing is, I also bought my dad the same book from the same company, and hers is his is bigger. I don't know if it has more space for him to write, so there's more pages, but there's more pages. His is thicker.
I got to find his because I've got to work on that too. And so I'm going to look for all the information for his too. So I'm about that far. You can see, and I still have this much to go. And I just picked it up one day and did several pages because I thought I'll just sit down and do this. No, you won't either.
There's a lot.
There's so many questions in here.
And the reason I did it is because I'm going to get older and I don't want to lose any stories, because that's my favorite part is when we're randomly sitting down talking about something and Mom and Dad will go, hey, let me tell you about this story.
And I think the reason she feels like that because she's heard me say multiple times that I've lost the history that my grandmother told me because I no longer remember it. She's been gone for almost 20 years, and it's been 17 years. And all those times she would talk and I'd be the typical teenager and not listening or saying, oh, there she goes, telling that story again. You need to listen when they're telling their stories.
That's my favorite thing, is sitting down with mom and dad or with my grandma and grandpa or with Nana and Papa, and they would just tell the same stories over and over again. I'm like, I've already heard this, but I'm going to hear it again.
Well, and it helps you remember, and it's good to write those things down. With my grandmother, we did have her write down several things before she passed. My sister-in-law had her do that, and so that was good to have that, and we still have that in her handwriting. But this is called the Family Keepsake Journal, and I just thought maybe we would share as much as we craft and we talk about crafting and the things that we do. I just think this is a neat gift to give somebody, and then you can give it back to them, who originally gifted to you. And I've wanted to do this for a long time, and I think Krista and I had talked about it a couple of times too.
We had talked about it, and then when Mom opened it, she went, I knew you were going to do this. I said, wait. When we had that conversation, I hadn't gotten it yet.
So I also think maybe this is a good thing to think about as far as crochet. If you crochet and you have a daughter or someone in your family who likes to crochet too, to maybe keep your journals about what you're crocheting, to talk about the patterns and things, to be able to pass down or to write down your crochet journals or your crochet journey so that they know, what has happened along the way. But I just thought we'd share that. That's kind of a different sort of thing. And a lot of times, I know some of you don't want to hear anything but crochet. You don't want to hear any of the personal stuff or health stuff or anything, and that's okay. That's your choice. You don't have to. But there are things that we will share along the way this year that probably are a little different, like this. And I don't know how many times. It will depend on what we get. And that's like our Thoughtful Thursday. It's something different that we're going to share that we picked up along the way. And we hope you'll join us and you'll enjoy it. But if it's not your thing, that's okay too. And come back when we talk about crochet then. And that's all we have for today. And we just thought we would share a little bit with you. And I thought Kristen was going to review the hooks, but I guess she already did, huh?
They're good. I recommend them.
Well, and so much for our mama. See, I don't know her hook.
To be honest, until probably this year, I was bad at keeping up with my hooks. I had them scattered everywhere.
And she came and got mine instead.
I would come and get Mom's, which, to be honest, part of mine, probably her Mom's that I took, never gave back.
The purple one.
But
the purple one with the gray one with the purple leaves. Yep.
I'm being better at keeping up with them. I have a giant hook bag, and now this case, which I'm going to keep this set separate from my normal ones, because this would be great if I'm traveling.
I'm going to get off of here because I'm going to go dig through her hook bag and find my hooks. I'm just kidding. We share and share alike. That's all we have. Don't forget to be kind again, because
you don't know anybody else's journey.
Bye.
Bye, guys.